still here.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the facts about The Running Man that you need to know before you see it.
Have you ever wondered if this game is rigged?
Number 10. It's based on a 1982 novel by Stephen King. This was one of King's earlier and shorter novels, released when he was in his mid-30s. It was the fourth book King published under the pseudonym Richard Bachman, a name he'd planned to use long-term.
Come on, you've written about this, I'll do it.
However, an enterprising bookstore employee figured out that Bachman was actually King shortly after The Running Man came out. Believe it or not, he wrote The Running Man in a week.
When I'm working, I work every day, 3-4 hours, and I try to get those 6 pages, and I try to get them fairly clean.
At around 220 pages, that's an absolutely ridiculous pace of over 30 pages a day. Later in life, he described himself during that period as being angry, full of energy, and completely in love with the writing process.
I think the book should be approached with caution by the reader, that the book should be something that's really alive and really dangerous in a lot of ways.
Number 9. It was first made into a movie in 1987. Kind of.
All I've seen is a bunch of low foreheads who think they can change the world with dreams and talk. It's too late for that. If you're not ready to act, give me a break and shut up.
The first film version of The Running Man was directed by Paul Michael Glaser, best known for playing Dave Starsky in the 70s TV show Starsky and Hutch. It starred Arnold Schwarzenegger as Ben Richards, and it didn't have much in common with the book. In it, Richards is a police captain, not an ordinary unemployed citizen, and he's framed for massacring civilians. Instead of being turned loose and hunted across the country, he's confined to a game zone and stalked by assassins in crazy, supervillain-style costumes. Of course, this gives Arnie plenty of opportunities to drop one-liners.
Get set!
Killian, I'll be back.
While the novel is a dark and gritty commentary on authoritarianism and greed, the movie is a more typical over-the-top 80s shoot-'em-up. Reviews were mixed.
Get him out of here! What's the matter? Steroids make you deaf? Get him out of here now!
Number 8. The first movie was successfully sued for plagiarism.
You cold-blooded bastard. I'll tell you what I think of it. I live to see you eat that contract.
One person who was decidedly not impressed with Glaser's Running Man was French director Yves Boisset. He released the film Le Prix du Danger in 1983, which was based on a 1958 short story called The Prize of Peril. Set in the near future, the story revolves around a game show where people are hunted to the death. That's one of the major premises of King's novel, and it's possible he took inspiration from the story.
Well, I haven't been in show business as long as you have, Killian. But I'm a quick learner. So I'm going to give the audience what I think they want.
The problem was that the 1987 movie was a lot closer to the French film than the King's book. Boisset sued, and after a years-long court battle, he won. The studio was forced to pay him 1,500,000 francs, or around $500,000 in today's money.
Well, that hit the spot.
Number 7. The 1987 movie is a cultural touchstone. If you've never seen the original movie, you might be surprised to hear that it gets referenced a lot.
Mr. Richards, I'm your court-appointed theatrical agent.
Many shows and movies have borrowed elements of the film, especially the concept of a deadly game show, and The Running Man has been mentioned in dozens of other pieces of media, from sitcoms to movies to Saturday Night Live. Brooklyn Nine-Nine has joked about it more than once, and it was even an answer on an episode of Jeopardy!
Now punch both your fists forward at the same time.
Are you making me do The Running Man?
Yeah, the original one, excluding the movie, and Stephen King's classic short story. So, the third iteration.
If you're a gamer, you're probably familiar with the Mortal Kombat character Sub-Zero. He was named after one of the movie's assassins. It's amazing that this otherwise forgettable movie has had such staying power.
I want to say Raw Deal, but it seems like it could be Commando.
Running Man!
One of Arnold's first big hits, it was The Running Man.
Yes!
Remember Richard Dawson in that one.
Number 6. Edgar Wright wanted to make this movie for a long time. During a Twitter AMA all the way back in 2017, a fan asked director Edgar Wright what movie he'd most like to remake. His answer? The Running Man.
I'd always wanted to kind of remake the book because I loved the original 80s one, but it's a very loose adaptation of Stephen King's book. And I was a fan of the book. And so when this came up with the opportunity of adapting the original novel, I was like, yes.
Another 4 years passed before the news broke that it was really happening. After Paramount announced the remake, producer Simon Kinberg got in touch with Wright.
And it was sort of an absolute gift of an email to actually a project that you'd actually thought about manifest itself in your inbox.
We don't know for sure whether Kinberg knew about Wright's enthusiasm for the project, but if he did his research, he should have. Wright is the perfect choice for a violent, satirical dystopian action movie.
Tell it to the cleaning lady on Monday.
What?
Because you'll be dust by Monday.
Films like Baby Driver and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World proved he has the talent to handle a fast-paced thriller like this one. Number 5. Glen Powell really wanted to work with Edgar Wright. Making this movie wasn't just a dream come true for the director. The lead actor was pretty excited to be involved too. Powell had been dying to work with Wright since he arrived in Hollywood.
Edgar Wright is one of our great filmmakers. He has been on my vision board, my bucket list for as long as I can remember.
He happened to run into some Paramount executives while out to lunch, who tipped him off that Wright was working on The Running Man. Powell then texted Wright, promising to work his butt off if he got the role of Ben Richards. He must have been pretty convincing, because it worked.
Well, I am good, Rooster. I'm very good. In fact, I am too good to be true.
Since then, the two have had nothing but kind words to say about each other. It's probably a safe bet. This won't be the last collaboration between Glen Powell and Edgar Wright.
It's really fun for me to be in film school with a guy who is like the greatest film professor ever.
Number 4. The Running Man is not connected to The Long Walk.
Survive, and you will walk away with $1 billion.
These two movies do have a lot in common. They were both adapted from novels written by Stephen King under the name Richard Bachman. They both take place in authoritarian dystopias where people are competing for survival.
We have the means to return to our former glory. Our problem now is an epidemic of laziness.
They even have both types of movement in their titles, but it's just a coincidence that they were released so close together. There's no relationship between the stories. King has written more than 60 books, and most of them have been made into movies. In fact, The Running Man will be the 4th movie based on King's work to come out this year alone, including The Monkey and The Life of Chuck. It was only a matter of time before there was an overlap like this.
When this is broadcast for all the states, your inspiration will continue to elevate our gross national product. We will be #1 in the world again!
Number 3. The book predicted the rise of reality TV.
I always thought this was fake. Feeling pretty real now.
When The Running Man was published in 1982, reality TV barely existed. Shows like Big Brother, The Real World, and Survivor were still a long way off. Yet, King envisioned a world where desperate people sign up to humiliate themselves and risk their lives on TV for cash.
You know, I've been thinking about the show. For the next 30 days, everyone in the country is trying to murder me.
The title of the book refers to the name of the contest that Ben Richards enters, but it's not the only deadly show in the book. We also have Treadmill to Bucks, which only accepts contestants with serious health issues, and there's Swim the Crocodiles, Run for Your Guns, and Dig Your Grave. Modern reality TV hasn't quite evolved this far, yet, but who knows what the future holds.
Welcome to The Running Man.
Number 2. The Running Man is coming out at the perfect time.
You know why they cheered for you down there?
Go, go!
If you could survive against those goons, so can they.
There are so many parallels between the world of The Running Man and our modern reality, it's almost creepy. In the book, economic inequality is out of control, forcing people to do desperate things, and corporations and the media are eager to exploit that desperation.
Don't you get it? This game is rigged.
Guess we'll find out.
Ben Richards joins the game to afford medical care for his extremely sick daughter, something many American families can sympathize with. Violence and authoritarianism are on the rise around the world, yet there are still brave people resisting government control and fighting police brutality.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down. I promise. That's the spirit.
And what year does it take place? You guessed it, 2025.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Stephen King has seen the movie and he loved it.
Probably the most nerve-wracking part of the production is, Stephen King read the screenplay before we started filming. And, Stephen King, he's like the most famous English teacher in history.
Imagine being a filmmaker and getting to make the movie of your dreams based on a book by one of the most popular authors of all time. Then imagine the anxiety you feel waiting for that author to see your movie and share his opinion. Fortunately, we have good news for Edgar Wright and the rest of the cast and crew. King didn't just like it, he loved it.
As a fan of his since I was like 11, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
Did he write no notes?
Wait, he loved it, which was like kind of, he's been very, very supportive through the process.
He gave Wright's script the seal of approval before shooting began, and he signed off on Glen Powell as the lead after watching him in Hitman. In mid-October, King shared the new Running Man trailer on social media and compared the film to Die Hard. If that's not high praise, we don't know what is.
Right there is why you can win this game.
Do you plan on seeing The Running Man? What's your favorite Stephen King movie adaptation? Let us know in the comments below.